Good evening, this is John Seville. This is your executive summary for stock setups for Thursday. Okay, the S&P 500 has broken through open range. We can see that it's respected the Fibonacci retracement here, sitting right there around 1970, and we've closed high, closing right at the top of the range in today's action. Now, what was interesting about today's action was that we saw kind of a gold was moving with the market. So as the market went up, gold was going up also. So that was some interesting things to see. The other thing we noticed that was a little bit controversial in terms of the movement today was that high yield bonds, HYG or corporate high yield bonds, were actually also moving not as strongly as the market. They actually moved down. We had 24 million shares up yesterday into resistance and then down 14.99 million today. So we're still in a bit of a risky zone, but nevertheless, we are in the upward open range breakout zone. So let's have a quick look at some of the noteworthy mentions. Firstly, let's have a look at BCRX. Now, that was one of the stocks we talked about last night as a possible purchase for the $2 June calls or a stock trade. That performed well today. Of course, the stock was up 17.84%. The options soared, I think the high was about 60-70%. So that one was a big performer. I'm still holding my calls in that, and very happy about the performance there, holding strong volume with obviously big performance. Moving on, MKTO, for anyone who took that, that was the other one that we alerted people to last night. Didn't quite pull back to the ideal entry zone, but had a good rally, so this was probably likely to continue up to the $20 level. LABU, one of the other ones that we're talking about a hedge a couple of weeks ago as something buying calls in. That had a great performance as well. That was up 12.44%. Volume increasing. Well, yesterday was 13.44 on 8.95 million shares. Today 12.44 on 14 million shares. So volume almost doubling, and quite happy to be still holding the calls in that. KPTI, also another one of the long hedges we had. That's been moving very strongly and looks really good. Was up 8.79% today. Again, volume increased about 50% over yesterday's volume of 225,000. Yesterday was up 7.97%. Today up another 8.79. That should definitely continue up to our target there on KPTI. SRPT, another one that I'm holding call options in. This one kind of is respecting its 20-day moving average. You can see it's holding there, was up 5.11% today. And obviously the main thing we want to see it do is break through this overhead resistance. Then we have clear way to fill the gap up to the 50-day moving average. So this one's another one to watch. Obviously one of the existing stocks we're already holding. Now this was one on our watch list, ARRY. This one looks like it could be poised to make a move. It was up 8.2% today. Again, the volume almost doubling, and that should at least get to its 50-day moving average. Now, if it was to cross that, a substantial move could take place, getting up to this horizontal resistance around $3.63. So ARRY, I'd be looking for either a pullback to the 20-day moving average or somewhere in that daily range. I want some sort of a pullback, because we are going right into the horizontal resistance of the previous support zone. And so I think we'll get some kind of a pullback. It might be as much as $2.80. It could be even lower, back down to the kind of $2.75 level. I wouldn't skimp over the pennies and dimes. That would be something that could be a long, that could easily, if it breaks through this 50-day, have a big rally ahead. It's been one on my watch list, so watch for any kind of pullback on that. That could be a great long on ARRY. EGL, for those of you, we sent out an alert today just warning you that it's going to be reporting. These do report before the market open tomorrow. So just keep an eye on this one. They have appointed a new CEO by the looks of it at the close of today's market. So that could mean something to boost already good results, or it could be accommodating for what they expecting to be bad results. But again, as a stock trade, this was something that you would normally, by the rules of Acorn, be out of prior to earning announcements. But if you were trading the options, something to be aware of. Okay, another notable mention, TRGP, also one of our existing stocks, still performing very, very strong, holding all kinds of support levels. This one's looking great. Now, another new potential, OMED. This one's looking really, really good. It's just broken through the overhead resistance. Now, the only downside is the volume wasn't strong. We had 436,000 shares yesterday, only 197,000 shares today. But this could be a great potential as a long at the current levels. I'd be looking at a stop loss below the low of the support here, which is at looking at a low of 891. So just keep in mind that's a big stop loss. So you'd want to be I would want to be a smaller position in this. The more conservative play would be the low of this candle, which is 927. So we look a bit like 923 as a stop loss. And then I'd be looking for an entry point basically around 1013 or 1023 is the range. Now the upside potential, of course, is that it could run off right up into this moving average. We're looking at basically 13. Let's go there. About 1363. So a lot of upside potential, and again that kind of fallen angel type of move. Okay. So for now, we really want to keep watching these types of moves. A couple of other ones on my watch list. AFMD. Also something potentially strong, but I want to see how it interacts with the 50-day moving average, and also want to see the money flow improve. But that's also another one on my watch list, as well as KFRC. That could be a potential breakout. So if this one breaks the high of 1717, so we're looking for, say, 1723, then that should easily fill the gap up to this, just under this 19 level. So I'd look at 1887 as a target, but possibly as high as the 50-day moving average. So those are your new alerts for trading for tomorrow. Hope that helps, and we'll see you in Trading Room tomorrow. Take care.